Hello everyone! Today I would like to show you how to crochet this geometric stitch pattern, which I just called triangles and cones. This stitch will be part of my next free pattern on the blog, and the pattern will be part of a bigger summer blog up together with Itching for Stitching and Jan Crochet. The sponsor of this summer event is We Crochet. So We Crochet sent us the yarn for making our designs, and I got this comfy fingering weight yarn, which I will be working with my 4mm hook. Of course, for this tutorial I don't want to show you the entire dress, but the aim is to see how the lace pattern works up. So we're just gonna make this small swatch, which only comprises 7 of these spikes. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. So to start our work and to decide how many stitches we need, we have to consider that for each one of these spikes we need 4 stitches. So it's gonna be 7 multiplied by 4, so 28, and then we're gonna add 1 more stitch. So it means that we have to start with let's say a base of 29 double crochet stitches or single crochet. Well, in this case I started with double crochet stitches. So to start making our sample, we will have to make a foundation row with 29 stitches. In case you don't like foundation rows at all, then the other thing that you can do is to chain 31 and make your 29 double crochet stitches. But well, so now we're gonna see the foundation. Okay, I chain 2 and then I yarn over and insert my hook into this first chain. Okay, and then yarn over and pull through 1, so you made the foundation chain there, and then you complete the double crochet with 1 yarn over and another 1, then yarn over again. Now we're going to insert the hook under these first 2, so this one and this one. Okay, yarn over and pull through and pick up a loop. So make sure that this first loop is really at the same level as your work, so you avoid, you know, kind of bending your foundation row along the way. Alright, and again we insert the hook in this chain at the bottom of the stitch. Okay, so we keep going until we have 29 stitches, and I'll meet you there. Alright, so I made my foundation double crochet row with 29 stitches, so now I'm ready to make the next row. So to start, I'm gonna make a chainless double crochet. So I just pull up the loop a bit, then wrap it around, insert it into the first stitch, pick up a loop, and then make a regular double crochet. So this way your edges are gonna be a bit better. So now after this first double crochet, I chain 1, I skip 1 stitch and I insert into the next one, and we basically keep chaining 1, skip 1, going to the next one for the entire row. Okay, and so we keep going like this, and I'll meet you at the end of the row. Alright, I finished my second row, so for the third one is gonna be an easy one because it's just double crochet across. So as usual, I start with the chainless double crochet, and then I'm going to double crochet in each chain one space. So like I'm gonna show you again. So after the first double crochet, I'm just yarning over and inserting my hook in this first chain one space, and then for the next stitch I go into the next double crochet, and then again into the chain one space, and we continue like this. So basically we're just gonna make 29 double crochet stitches. So after we make row 3, we basically repeat again this row with the double crochet 1, chain 1, and then again another row of double crochet stitches. So you go ahead, you make these first 5 rows, and then we will start with the triangle motif. Alright, so now we are ready to start the triangle motif. So just to give you a good idea of what we're gonna do, so we made this first block of stitches, and now we're gonna start with this one, so with these cones, let's say. Okay, let's do that. So to start the row, we're gonna make so I like chainless stitches, so it's gonna be a treble this time. So far we only made chainless double crochet. Now we're gonna make a treble, so meaning that we have to pull up a slightly longer loop, and then we wrap this loop twice around the hook and insert, it's requires some force, and then we insert it into the first stitch, and then we yarn over, pull through 2, 3, and here we go 3 times. So if you want, I also have maybe a better video for the treble starting one, but I will somehow link it for you. So okay, after we make the first chainless treble, now we're gonna so the first stitch is a bit different than the rest. So for this one we're gonna chain 4. So I made 2, 3, and 4, while for the rest we're gonna chain 5, but we will see it. So for now we start with these 4 chains, we skip 1 stitch, and we slip stitch into the next. So okay, all right. So at this point now we chain 1 and we turn our work. And what we do is we make a single crochet in the first chain here. So you can choose to make them in the back bumps of the chain. You see here it would be tempting to make it in the back bump, but well, it really doesn't make much difference. In the beginning I was working in the back bumps, but then I realized it's just slower, and the result is not amazingly better. So I just since it's easier, I just make it so after I made 1 single crochet, and now I'm gonna make a half double crochet. So half double crochet in the second chain, and then a double crochet in the next one. So now double crochet, and then in the last one we make a treble. Okay, and last. Alright, so now before we turn our work again, because now we're basically working, you know, on the opposite side, we chain 5. So 2, 3, 4, and 5. So basically we have to repeat these cones, but you see for these cones we only need 4 stitches. So why did we chain 5? Basically the 5th chain, so actually this first chain that we made is gonna be a chain 1 space. So it's basically stay unworked in this row. So now that we have the 5 chains, we turn again, and this time we skip 3. So we skip 1, 2, and 3, and we go into the next stitch for our slip stitch. All right, and now again we chain 1, and we turn our work, and we repeat again the single crochet in the first stitch, then half double crochet, double crochet, and treble, all right, and again we chain 5, 2, 3, 4, and 5, turn, now skip 3, 1, 2, 3, and slip stitch into the next one, chain 1 and turn, and again single crochet, half double crochet, so this is double and a treble. So basically now you got the point. I mean, like, we're basically gonna repeat the same stitches until we reach the end. So let's say I'm gonna make, so for 29 stitches I need to make 7 of these cones. So I'm gonna make 3 more, and then I will show you what happens with the last one. So here you see I made 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and I chained 5. So now I can do my last cone. So I'm gonna skip 1, 2, 3, and I'm gonna slip stitch in this one. So make sure that you have 2 stitches left when you do this last slip stitch. So we chain again 1, we turn, and we make our single crochet, half, and then double, and treble. Okay, so now here we need to close the row with a treble crochet. So it's gonna be a bit ugly, maybe twisted, but we're just, without any chains in between, we're just gonna turn. We wrap the yarn twice, and we're gonna make the treble crochet in the last stitch. So we skip 1 and we go into the last. 1, 2, and 3. All right, so you see this row is a bit larger than the rest, but it's actually gonna be corrected by the next row, so it's nothing to worry about. So let's go on with the pattern. We see the next row, which is gonna start with a chain 1. So this chain 1 does not count as a stitch, so meaning that when we turn, we still have to work into this first stitch, and we make a single crochet in there. Okay, so now we're gonna chain 4 and single crochet in this chain 1 space between the 2 cones, and basically the pattern is gonna be chain 4 single crochet, chain 4 single crochet in this space, and so on until the end. So let's see. We make a 1, 2, 3, and 4, and then we single crochet, then again 1, 3, and 4, single crochet, 3 and 4, and single crochet into the next. And here we go with the next single crochet, 1, 2, 3, and 4. Sorry, I move a lot when I crochet. It's not good for my wrist, I guess. 2, 3, and 4. And also for camera is not very great, but whatever. And for the last one, we're just, so you remember that for the first cone that we made, we didn't do the extra chain at the beginning. We just did the chain 4 instead of chain 5, so meaning that we don't have this space here. So the next, so we make the 1, 2, 3, and 4, and we go directly into this stitch. So the top of this stitch is a bit wobbly because it's the foundation. Okay. Alright. Well, next row we start. So the next row is gonna be, so let's take my work in progress to have an idea. It's gonna be these blocks. So it's a very easy row because we basically just have to make double crochet stitches in the chain 4 spaces that we made. So to start this row, we're just gonna make a chainless double crochet. Okay. Alright, and then without any chains or anything, we're just gonna start with 3 double crochet inside of this chain 4 loop. One, 2, and 3. Okay, so we have the beginning one, the beginning chainless double crochet, and then immediately the 3 double crochet stitches inside of the first chain 4 loop. Now we chain 1, and we go to crochet 3 more stitches inside of this chain 4 loop. So 1, and 3. It's not really focused, I'm sorry. Okay, we have 3, so now we chain 1 again, and we continue like this. Okay, so after we make the last blocks of the last block of 3 double crochet stitches, we are basically in the same situation like the first stitches. So without any chains in between, we just make a double crochet in this last stitch. So this was remember, this was a single crochet from this previous row. And it might be a bit wobbly, so it's difficult to see, but just find the top 2 loops and make your double crochet, and there we go. So now we're immediately going to start with the next row, which is gonna be basically the inverted cones. So we're gonna make cones which are in the opposite direction than these ones. Let's take some yarn. We turn our work, and this row is gonna start with a single crochet. So, well, before turning, let's chain 1, and then we make our single crochet in this first stitch. Okay, so now we chain 6 for making the cone. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. So since these cones have to be the same basically as these ones, just the opposite direction, we know that we only need 4 of these chains for making our single crochet, half double crochet, and then the double and treble. However, this time, so while here we were slip stitching the tip of the cone into the stitch of the previous row, here we have to create a sort of loop in which we're gonna anchor then the next row. Okay, but we will see it later. Anyhow, so basically the reason why we chain 6 instead of 4 or 5 is that we have to leave 1 and 2 for creating this sort of loop, on the top of the triangle, and then the other 4 are gonna be for our stitch. So we skip 1, 2, we go into this one, and we make a single crochet. Then into the next one, we're gonna make a half double crochet. Then we make a double crochet into the next, and a treble in the last. I made it. Okay. All right. So you see now we have made this cone, this triangle actually, and we're going to anchor it in this chain 1 space between the first 2 blocks of 3 double crochet stitches. So we just make a single crochet there. Okay, so you see now it is blocked like this, and we can continue with the next cone. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Again, we skip 1 and 2, and we go into the next one with a single crochet, and then a half double crochet, then a double, and treble. Alright, once we're done, so we skip this 3 double crochet, we go into this chain 1 space, and we single crochet. So basically now I think this one is pretty easy. We continue like this until the end, and I'll just meet you for the last one before we turn row. Very well, I made all my 7 triangles. So for the last one, so I left the last one hanging here, and I'm going to close it by single crocheting inside of this into the last stitch, and just so you see the end of this row. Alright, so now this is a very fun moment. We have all these triangles there, so we now basically have to anchor them somehow. So our next row needs to be, let's say, at the same level. We need to bring our work at the same level as the tip of this first triangle. So you know what I'm gonna do now, which is a chainless treble. So just pull my loop and then wrap it twice, and then insert it into the first single crochet, yarn over and pull up a loop, and then yarn over, pull through to 3 times. Okay, here I'm messing up, okay, but I can recover. Okay, cool. So we made our first treble. Now, if you remember here, you see in between the tip and the first treble there was a stitch which we skipped. So this means that here in this row we need to put a chain 1, so basically 1 stitch between this treble and the tip. So chainless treble crochet, chain 1, and then we go to single crochet inside of this chain 2 loop which we have at the tip of the triangle. Okay, and there we go. Then okay, let's see what we have here. We have 3 skipped stitches, so it means that now we have to put 3 stitches in between these triangles. So our stitches for this row are chains. We chain 3, and we go into the next triangle and single crochet 1. Again, 1, 2, and 3, and into the next one. And alright, so after this single crochet, again we have to add 1 stitch in between let's say this tip and the last stitch. So we chain 1, and then we make a treble inside of this stitch. I will say inside, but it just means into. Okay, and treble. Cool. And so you see our weird geometric motif is done. So the next row, the next 5 rows are basically going to be a repeat of these ones. So we're gonna have first just 29 double crochet stitches, then this one which alternates double crochet, chain one, and then we repeat. So we're going to start with a chainless double crochet. So again, pick up a loop, turn. Okay, so now we make the first double crochet in this chain one space. Then we double crochet in the single crochet here. And we make 3 double crochet stitches. Okay, like this. So basically all we need to do now is to repeat this these steps. So basically we double crochet in each single crochet from this previous row, and we make 3 double crochet stitches inside of each of these chain 3 spaces. Make sure that when you get to this, so you make the double crochet here, and then you see here it's not so straight, like it's easy, let's say, to miss this chain 1 space, but please don't miss it, otherwise your stitch count is gonna be messed up. So make sure to make a double crochet in this space, and then a double crochet into the last treble. And then I'm not gonna show you on video again these other rows. So here we go, after I added the last few rows of this pattern, and this is what you can expect. So always remember the right side is the one where you work your foundation double crochet row, and you can also see it because you see here, so this is how it looks on the right side, and this is on the wrong side. So you see that the stitches of the triangles and the cones are not beautiful on this side, while they look good here.